Hello, this is week 4 of Web Standards Project. Um, the course took us through building a library of components that we could possibly use in the future. It also helped us take our understanding of HTML and CSS to another level. Um, we'll go through and follow up on some of the things that were learned and that I've taken in and made changes in, and to get a better to show that my understanding of HTML and CSS grew a little. And we'll go over a couple components just to see where we're at. Of course, you see, this is the a follow-up page uh, about a little about myself. Going into the component library, my first component. Um, just a standard detail header that was used by this company. I will go into a little bit of the HTML and the CSS. Originally, the way I started out was, I could tell you, a totally different look and feel than the way this HTML looks now. Um, I was able to take and put my information that starts at the top, my navigation and everything. I started out and put everything into what the actual component is, which was a header. And inside that header, we had the HTML, like an image or logo for the company. And then I came down and had the an article that I used for the um, basic um, section of article that talks about some of the services that the company does. CSS is pretty simple. I just kind of designed some of the did has some design effects done with the body, the nav, the A tags. In the CSS, I was able to pick up on learning some of the things about to deal with CSS selectors. As you can see, I've used a CSS selector within the CSS that I have here for this particular one. I've actually used it a couple times um, in this simple header that I did. If we go back over and look at another component, let's go to About Team. About Team, basically, you're going to have a section which talks about team members of a particular company. And in that team member communication, it gives you the name of the team members, their position, and some write up on them, and then contact ways you can contact and be in contact with, touch with the actual person. Here, we go. This is some follow what I did when I followed the design to redesign it or whatever. And I came up basically the same thing. You know, if we go back and we look at the CSS and HTML on that, we look at, let's see, the HTML. And this particular component, I used a section tag to start off with because, and I use that basically because it is a section of a web page per se, so forth, so on. And if you go ahead and go further, you'll see that you had a header. Then in that header, you had like the active or inactive direction page signs. Then I put each one of the sections with the person's information, picture, or whatever, into articles. I did each one like that within that section. So um, I've learned to cut down on the use of divs pretty much. So that's basically one of the things I've learned so far throughout this class. Um, here I was able to use another CSS selector that I picked up on throughout the class as well, using the A, the href and so forth, and as you can see here, which will basically target a specific area or whatever within your HTML. If we move forward to the next element, that next element was a contact area of a page. And you can see the copy of the actual component and then the work that I put in to get the same feel of looking within the component that was there. Looking at the HTML and the CSS on that, again, I use a section tag, which shows that the contact area is a section of the page, and then I use article tags to put everything else into an article tag, and got away again from use of divs. So again, we look over at my other components. This is just a follow-up from most of them. Another look at what I had to do throughout the course of the month, and I can say that this class was very informative, and I was able to pick up and learn a lot about HTML and CSS that I didn't know, and a lot to take in and a lot to work and practice on in spare time as I can. It's been a great class. Professor Bloom was very informative and helpful throughout the class. I can see that there's more knowledge out there to pick up on and research on to develop the HTML and the CSS. But so far overall, I did get a chance to pick up some things and get some pointers throughout the class. So great class. Look forward to taking and growing the aspects and things that I've learned so far within the class. I appreciate you guys coming by. Thank you, and good luck to everybody.